You slip into life on Arrakis in a siege, one of the cave-like homes hidden within the rocky desert. The first thing you'll notice is that the air you breathe is dry and thin, filled with the scent of sand and the faint bitterness of spice. But more on that later. The Naib, the leader of the siege, performs a naming ritual, speaking your name out loud for the first time as a way to formally recognize you as becoming a part of the siege. They're probably going to name you something weird or foreign sounding, some kind of traditional Fremen name, or something space sounding.
Chris.
Yeah, alright then. Your parents immediately dress you in a tiny water recycling still suit, a piece of technology that will now become a crucial part of your existence. The suit catches every drop of moisture your body produces, like every drop, and recycles it into water you can drink. I hope it's comfortable, because you'll wear it every day for the rest of your life. A poorly fitted still suit can mean leaks, and leaks mean death. So as a child, you'll learn everything you need to know about adjusting and looking after it as you grow. And forget about any kind of bathing. On Arrakis, you don't get the luxury of using water for things like that. Every drop on this planet is sacred. Not even teardrops are wasted. From the very start, this defines your existence. Water is almost impossible to come by on this planet. It'd be the most valuable resource in the world if it wasn't for that other resource. Spice. And the worst part, you're made up of 70% water, meaning you're born with a massive target on your back. Everyone you meet is just itching to take that water from you. Growing up, you'll quickly learn that Arrakis is unforgiving. You don't really play outside like children do on other planets. The open desert is deadly, with a sun that will roast you alive, and not to mention the 1,300 feet long sandworms that are always hunting. These massive predators are technically blind and deaf, but their senses come from detecting vibrations in the sand. They can feel these vibrations up to 12 miles away, so one wrong step, no matter where you are, and you can say goodbye to all that water. Your days revolve around nothing but water and survival. Since you live in a siege, your family will have a hidden water reservoir, carefully guarded and rationed. You'll be taught to measure water in drops, not liters, and spilling even the tiniest amount is a punishable offense. Every drop matters. This stuff is life itself. Now that you're a little older, it's time for you to help the tribe to gather spice. The most valuable substance in the universe. It extends life, enhances awareness, and is the only thing that makes interstellar space travel possible. But harvesting it is extremely dangerous. Out in the desert, you sand walk with your companions, moving deliberately and erratically, so you don't have any uninvited guests. Ahead, you catch the faint smell of cinnamon in the air. A spice blow had erupted a few days before, leaving a rich patch of orange crystals scattered across the dunes, ripe for the taking. Your naive gestures for silence, and you split into pairs to begin scooping and sieving the spice-rich sand. You can feel its gritty texture, and notice how beautiful it is as it shimmers under the desert sun. But that's not all you can feel. Suddenly, the ground beneath you quivers, a subtle warning of what's to come. Your naive knows a sandworm is inbound, but that's okay. It's not his first rodeo. He thinks quickly and activates a thumper several dunes away as a distraction. Its rhythmic pounding drowns out the vibrations from your frantic shoveling. With the spice safely packed into sealed pouches, you retreat back to the waiting siege. And as you climb the last ridge, you dare to glance back and watch the sandworm breach. Its massive, godlike presence leaves you in awe, even though everything here is trying to kill you. It's one of the few things that make you think life on this planet might be worth it. Now that you're a teenager, you start to get more training and responsibilities. The siege now relies on you to help protect its people, so that means you get to make a Chris knife. A Chris knife is a knife made from the tooth of a sandworm, with a fast-acting poison to the tooth's form a nerve channel. Nice. The perfect gift for a teenager. It's time to start working on special missions. While your more experienced peers are sent into the deep desert to scout for hidden water sources, you get to stay put and protect the wind traps that collect moisture from the air. Don't worry, they'll need you in the desert soon after enough people die. And they always die. Now in your mid-teens, your naives notice you've been doing a really good job around the siege lately. He thinks you've really grown up, and it's about time he sends you off to learn how to ride a sandworm. Well, your turn, buddy. It's pretty simple. You need to attract the sandworm by using a thumper, quickly climb to the top of a nearby rock, and once a 400-meter long sandworm breaches the surface, you just get on its back. I don't see what the big deal is, man. Why are you panicking about this? Well, here it comes. You don't have a choice now. It's time to lock in. You jump onto its back and use a marker hook to secure yourself. You almost fall a couple times, but after a while, you start to get the hang of it, guiding the giant creature across the sand dunes, proving your mastery of the desert, and guaranteeing your place among the Fremen. Congratulations, you somehow managed to survive long enough to become an adult. And you know what that means? Time to get married. And even better news, your parents have already picked out your partner and organized the arranged marriage for you. How convenient, right? The Naib gives his blessing. You vow to share your water and life force with each other. And congrats, you're a married Fremen couple. Don't expect to be having too many kids though. Because of the limited water available, your siege has strict population control rules in place. You've also noticed that this one guy in the tribe keeps hitting on your wife. Well, you're in luck, because romantic or marital issues can be resolved by ritual combat. Careful, because not only is dying in a knife fight probably a big ick, if he wins, he gets to keep your wife and kids. So, you know, there's pros and cons. But if you were lucky enough to be born on the other side of Arrakis, in the cities, instead of the sieges, your teenage years will look a little different. As a lower class kid in the city, the streets are a constant swirl of activity, with traders and smugglers from across the galaxy trying to get rich off the spice economy. You watch them haggle and fight, their deals whispered in shadowy corners. The wealthier families live behind thick walls, with their homes slightly cooler and their water a little less rationed. But for you, life is a struggle. But still better than those Fremen dorks in the desert. It's time for you to find work. The spice economy dominates everything on Arrakis, so your options are very limited. There are spice harvesters, water merchants, or smugglers who ferry spice off-world for high-paying black market buyers. The last one sounds a little too dangerous, so you choose to join a harvester crew. Your job is to maintain the colossal machines that sieve spice from the dunes. On your first day on the job, the heat hits you like a brick wall the second you step out into the sands. The harvester looms in front of you, and its idle engines are already roaring. As you climb aboard, the foreman shouts instructions to you and the crew over the deafening noise. Your hands blister almost immediately as you handle the overheating tools. Every piece of equipment you touch just radiates scorching heat. Midway through the day, an alarm goes off. It's a warning signal. There's a sandstorm on the horizon, and the foreman orders everyone to shut down operations. You scramble to secure the machinery as the winds pick up speed, and ornithopters evacuate the harvester back within the city walls of Arrakis. Life in the city isn't entirely without hope. Arrakis is protected by the Shield Wall, a towering natural formation that blocks the city from any severe heat waves or desert storms. It's a much nicer place to settle down and start a family. And at least you get to pick your own wife, unlike the Fremen. One of the city's more interesting miracles is water brought from the polar ice caps. Massive pipelines stretch across the desert, delivering precious moisture to the cities. Giant machines mine the frozen ice caps, converting the ice into water, and transport it across the wastelands through the pipes. But that's only for the wealthy. You and your family don't have that. So get back to the mines, boy. In your late middle age, you and your group are in the desert working quickly, scooping up all the spice you can before the vibrations attract a sandworm. The ground rumbles beneath your feet, and an alarm starts blaring. A worm is coming. It's nothing you haven't been through a million times before. It's just part of the job at this point. The evacuation call goes out, and everyone scrambles. You hear someone yell for you to hurry back to the harvester, but all those years of hard labor are catching up to you. The worm's enormous mouth breaks through the surface behind you. You freeze for a second at the sight of the massive creature. You try to dive out of the way, but those old, dehydrated joints just aren't what they used to be. The worm takes you in a single, brutal instant. Bummer. He was a good guy. Anyway, the others finish the harvest, moving on as the desert erases all trace of your existence.